Tyler, how would you describe yesterday for you? Or 2 days ago?
Yeah, Wednesday. I guess just I haven't really thought about it, but I spent so long in San Francisco. Great people over there. I gave them everything I had. I can't say enough about them. People over there, the city. It's where I started, where I got drafted. Yeah, I mean, I can't say anything much more about them.
Sounded like you weren't very surprised to get moved on that day.
Well, Susan, I'm a reliever who's a pending free agent, so you can kind of connect some dots. And a team that's hovering around 500, I did before Wednesday morning. I did pack a few more clothes, but I also did that last year. So, yeah, you just kind of, I guess, that being prepared. Yeah.
Given the acquisition of Devers and where this team was at, going into the All-Star break, yeah, I know it's reliever, impending free agent, things like that. But did you expect going into the break that this was a possibility, given that the team had been veering towards buying?
Yeah, probably going into the break. No, I wasn't expecting that. Mm-mm.
How good is it to be a Met, and who have you talked to since you've been a Met?
Yeah, I've met a lot of people, but everybody's very excited. They're matching my excitement to be here. And everyone just said, whatever you need, let them know. And just so welcoming so far. I'm very excited. This is from looking across the dugout a week ago. This is a team where you're like, man, this team is the complete package. So I'm very excited to be a part of it. Just whatever they need from me, hopefully I can give it to them.
You're there to help the bullpen. How do you feel about the bullpen you're working with now?
Yeah, there's some big names down there, for sure. Again, I'm just trying to slide in and just kind of do my part with the way it looks right now. Like, kind of have the mentality of just like, you don't need to do too much. Just do what you do.
When you look at some of those other big names, though, what do you think of the potential of this bullpen overall?
Yeah, great word to use. It's great potential, but you got to get out there.
There's a good chance, given you've been the most available reliever since your debut, that you're going to face these guys at some point. Has that run across your mind?
It has. Baseball's funny that way, isn't it? To be, I guess it was 13 years I was in the Giants organization. So to get traded is new, and then to go out there and pitch for a new team for the first time ever is going to be weird. And then to look up and see the Giants uniform in the batter's box is going to be something. But no real expectations with that. Just going to kind of take it in stride and just it's going to be memorable for sure. Just to say, it's the only team I haven't faced yet. So yeah, it'll be interesting and memorable.
Who has the advantage there?
You ended up getting traded on the same day. Just what was it like to kind of share that experience with them, and what was that like for your family?
Yeah, Mom was having a day, that's for sure. But yeah, another funny baseball thing is just getting to play with him for 2 years and then getting traded on the same day. Just such a baseball thing to do. And then I'm excited for him too. He landed with the Cubs and another team that's kind of in the playoff race. So I always am sure to watch every pitch he throws. Even if I miss it, I'll go back and watch it.
In a situation like this where you know that team so well, who has the advantage?
It's a great question. I guess we'll find out.
Did you fly with them?
I did.
How weird was that? You already knew you'd been helped.
You know what? It was kind of a blessing. So I got to say goodbyes and do stuff on the plane. So that actually worked out really well. We got there Wednesday morning, and I give my suitcase to the travel people, and I was wearing a Giants travel sweatsuit, as we all were, and so I got traded, and then I was like, hey, I need to change my clothes, and they're like, your bag's on the plane already. And then so I was like, well, can I just ride with my bag then? And I think there were some phone calls, and I think Buto rode with the Mets back here. So, but yeah, that actually worked out great to be able to say goodbyes and kind of put a bow on it, so to speak.
Tyler, your pitching style, one question here. It's obviously unique, and you've been as durable as really any reliever in baseball the past couple of years. Does that, I don't know, help you avoid injury or help your durability more than other guys who are throwing 100?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm not like a doctor or anything like that, but maybe it's just the way I move is fine. I don't know. Like my brother's just as durable, so maybe it's just the way our bodies are. But if my delivery does help me be more durable, then that's awesome.
You obviously spent, like, as you mentioned, so much time in the organization. You are an impending free agent. Would you consider re-signing with the Giants in the offseason if the deal made sense?
Yeah, I think so. But right now, my focus is on helping the Mets go as far as we can go.
What are the Mets getting in you?
Someone who loves the pitch. I love to try and be available every day. Hopefully, a reliable pitcher.
What happens to your beer fridge? Does somebody take it?
Yeah, I donated it to the Giants bullpen. Yeah, a lot of wine too. Yeah, so it was a parting gift. Yeah.
Do you lean on kind of anyone just going through this experience? Obviously, so with it being so new to you, how do you kind of hit the ground running here for a team that has those World Series aspirations?
Yeah, great question. I think I've watched guys from afar get traded and come to new places. So I think that helps to kind of learn from them. And then a lot of phone calls with my brother, especially since we were talking about getting traded on the same day, and just little things like that about, just interesting thoughts probably back and forth. But again, I don't really have any like preconceived notions of what I wanted to do to help get settled or anything. I'm just kind of take it in stride and just be myself.
Ryan, what was your initial reaction when you heard about the trade?
Yeah, the Mets were mentioned kind of from the get-go, and at first I was kind of surprised. And obviously, you have Diaz here, but in the playoffs, you'll take as many good arms as you can get. Excited, obviously spent 11 years in St. Louis and with the organization, but excited to be here and be on such a great team.
What is that, range of emotions like when you spent so much time in an organization, but at the same time you probably had an inkling that time was winding down?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'd probably try to equate it to like the first day of school, like maybe freshman year or something like that. Everything's so new, but like I said, I'm excited to be here. I know a lot of these guys from playing them over the last few years, and I'm excited to try to help this team win some games.
When you look at some of the other relievers that were already here and the ones that they've brought in too, just what do you think is the potential of this bullpen?
Yeah, I think starters can go 5 innings. We have a pretty good chance of winning the game. You got a lot of guys back there that have pitched, in the postseason and pitched late in games, gotten a lot of big outs in their career, so it's definitely something to be excited about.
Was there anyone in here that you knew or were friends with prior to arriving?
Not really, honestly. I know Pete a little bit from the couple All-Star games. I know Diaz from 22 as well, but don't really know anybody too well.
Have you been told a specific role yet? What inning?
No, not yet. He just said be ready for whenever, and I told him I'll be ready to pitch whenever he wants me to. And Sugar's got the 9th, and he's one of the best closers in the game. He's been one of the best for 7 years, so he definitely deserves that role. And if I need to throw the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, whenever it be, I'm glad to do so.
Ryan, I saw that you said that it was a 90% chance you get traded. How much communication was there with St. Louis?
That was never told to me specifically, but just by judging, our record and kind of the future and what the future schedule looked like, and from the comments in the offseason and stuff like that, them kind of want to shed payroll and just let younger guys play. I just kind of saw the writing on the wall and just kind of knew it was coming.
What do you think Mets fans are getting, and how do you think you complement what this bullpen has?
Yeah, obviously throw hard. Closed quite a few games in my career in St. Louis, and pitched a lot of big moments over there, and pitched in this ballpark a few times throughout my career, so I'm excited. And I know the energy and the crowd is always electric here, so excited to get out there and be a part of it.
You said you heard rumors about maybe the Mets. Just what was your view of this team from afar?
Yeah, just excited. Obviously, during the trade deadline, anybody that's looking at you, they're probably in the hunt for the playoff spot, so that's exciting first and foremost. But looking at this team and having competed against them this year, how strong they were, top to bottom, pitching staff as a whole too.
What's better entrance music, Narco or Hell's Bells?
I don't know. That's tough. I'm going to be biased and say Hell's Bells. I like the red lights and the AC/DC, and but his entrance is electric nonetheless.
You talked about how you spent so many years in St. Louis. Who do you kind of lean on, or what's going to be the biggest thing just to get comfortable here in New York so you can kind of hit the ground running and have an impact?
Yeah, probably just, Diaz and other guys that's been traded before. Obviously this is my first time getting moved. Just try to get the feel of everything and the lay of the land, and I think everything will be good once I kind of get into a routine and get back into the things.
What have the last 2 days been like for you? Obviously, you have the news Wednesday.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind, honestly. Like I said, it kind of feels like that first day, like freshman year of high school, where everything just feels so new. And, I was supposed to fly out yesterday, but the weather here canceled all the flights and stuff, so I just got in about an hour ago. But, yeah, excited to get going.